Are we really going to get like 8 80 carry bans? Is that what we're heading to? Yep, there we go. Okay. I do like the Ludo ban. Are they just gonna go like? I don't think Draven is good.
Jinx, okay.
Yeah, I was thinking of Felios actually, but Jinx with this type of setup, not the amount of peel that you'd like to have. I think ideally with a Jinx composition, right? Jinx Kench, Jinx Fresh is normally what we see. It's kind of the opposite approach where Vi and Talia are going to try and get a kill for you, and then
you don't have to cut if they're tater tots. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Perfect. Uh-oh, he's just going to burn down. That is first blood.
Seen this before. Skarner can be deceptively strong if you let him. So the big thing here is Zeus plays really well around his level lead. So hits level 3 is going to be up a skill compared to PerfecT, and then PerfecT just... It's going to be a whole lot harder now with Zeus already getting not only his tier, but a mantle as well.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. Ignite utilized.
Behind. You get in the territory that we see with Nautiluses as well, where the only one that can realistically face check is Beryl, so then Beryl just...
Kind of makes sense for this matchup, Faker versus PerfecT, as PerfecT is going to find an owner in the jungle. I don't know if he's going to commit to that. As the choppers come down, that's that combo you were talking about. Guma's level 6, though, and pops a Zeri ult, so that's going to be a 1 trade, actually, for the T1 bot lane, even though they hide on push.
Might have to, as they are coming in.
Do they not see them? I mean, this is going to be really big. They get the kill on Aguma for sure. And they're going to hand it over to Deft as well. So the Jinx already starting off excellently here. A little bit down.
How serious they are about contesting this dragon?
Yeah, it is a good question. Deft not going to be allowed to back.
TP, they're basically saying, we're going to trick the dragon now.
Faker's just going on in. Wants to take a 1v1. He has Owner coming over as well. PerfecT in a bit of trouble. Does flash. Still dies. His Owner takes him down.
Oh,
wow.
Double TPs.
No TP, and Carry is just going to charm everybody up. The Zeri, nice angle, but they do just press the R button on him, and Guma just burning to a crisp as then Drake. We were right, it does go the way of T1, but a big fight potentially. Over to the side of KT is the Impale here. Zeus just trying to peel for the team. Carrier decides, well, I'm dead too. He's going to go down. As Faker just going to flash the wall, trying to survive here. T1 getting...
We'll see. KT, they're going to continuously try and accelerate us. Oh my god!
You think they care? You think they care about the Viego? No, it's just a dead Faker.
Thus far, the 5v5 we had, that was amazing. They got to keep that up.
Oh, going for Deft here, and you know what? I mean, there's the Impale just barely out of range. They get a TP, though, and a flash, and a cleanse out of Deft.
Try and create as much chaos as possible, and keep him in his corridor where the Equalizer can do a whole lot.
So Beryl's going to go in. The TP immediately channeled here as a lot is used to try to get on top of Owner, but he just gets away with his ult, and now it's a 5v5 without Equalizer, without the Solar Flare, as now Faker's coming in. Carrier also going to proc that ultimate. Zeri over the wall here, but a lot of low health bars on the side of T1, and now getting into that backline is PerfecT, doing so much damage, and now Faker and Guma have no front line anymore.
We'll see if they're able to pull it off. There's no jungler, but there is a lot of damage, and this is very early.
It is very early, and Guma's going to try to poke them down. Carrier and Faker also coming over the TP as well.
God.
From Zeus, this is getting so spicy. PerfecT, though, is able to get the objective. Should be at least 2 kills to the side of T1 as they take down both PerfecT and Beryl. But Carrier looking for a bit more. PerfecT hold on to 3 Baron buffs.
As we see, the initial blow is actually absorbed really well here by T1. Owner is able to ult out, and then the Equalizer is gone, so they feel really confident. But there is still, because of PerfecT, no way for the damage. Like, Duma and Owner barely get to play in that fight. Duma has to E in, but at that point, it feels like the front line of T1 has already vanished. PerfecT, Deft, and PerfecT all are perfectly capable of just 1v9ing a team fight.
Well, they're trying to go on a Zeus. They're trying to test my theory, and you know what? I think it's going to work, especially with the Talia wall. Target people down as now. So speaking of which, the flash on into Guma, and he's going very deep for that one.
Didn't use the equalizer, crucially. That's the cooldown we're going to be looking out for. Is PerfecT.
Yeah, the wall is good. Zeus isolated once again. We're fighting over a singular Kemte Drake as the Impale this time. Pretty good, but the follow-up's not there. Finally, Keria gets in, but look at the damage already as Faker goes in. They take out the Jinx, but now the Rumble is just melting everyone. As he is full health, Guma desperate to try to do something, but it's not gonna matter. You talked about it, Chronic. There's so many threats on this KT roster. From this far ahead, they will absolutely destroy you, and that might just be the end of the game.
And the telecom war delivers, Feldes, as we're about to go to a game number 3. KT got control in the early game in game 1 and then weren't able to close it out. And when PerfecT died, I'm like, oh no.
Yeah. That's
not what you want to see, but he bounces back. PerfecT on the Vi has an incredible performance. Beating these walls were great. And we're going to game number 3.
Game number 3s are real between these two teams. Not really what I was expecting, but KT, they have stepped up to another level here in the telecom war on a big stage for the home ground, you know?
Oh, and PerfecT and PerfecT in the back there giving each other, you know, some
Yeah.